Hello. Quick little editor's note before I get this video started. Hey, how you doing? I was kind of looking at this. I posted this video about WRC CRX, and it turns out everybody really likes that idea and really liked that post because it is up to currently, as of today, January 8th, is at 373,000 views, 33,000 hearts, 212 comments, 15,000 shares. And replays was pretty crazy. Replays is 112,000 replays, and that's your analytics right there. If you can, yeah, just wild. So thank you guys very much for that. So if you're here from that Instagram, let me know down below. I'd like to say hey to you and thank you personally for reaching out and watching my video. I really enjoyed making that reel, and I've got some other things in mind, but not anything quite that popular. That one popped in my mind as a gift. But anyway. Enough about that. This is videos about the brakes on the CRX. Finally got them done. And I actually one little question. Should I change the FREERX to the WCRX? Just throwing that out there. Just let me know. I probably won't because it is the FREERX. It's free CRX. FREERX. But WRCRX. Start the video. Alright, so the whole CRX project's taking far too long. And I've got a whole new system that I've been trying to work on that I think will keep me more on track. So I'm tackling one thing at a time, one project at a time, knocking it out to 100% completion, then moving on to the next. Because it's just kind of been, oh, I need this, and I go down this rabbit hole, I need this rabbit hole. Anyway, enough of that. The main thing I need right now to get this thing driving safely is brakes. So I started doing the brakes, and I have made a humongous mess out of all of this stuff. You see all the hard wires. I've had to beg, borrow, and steal hard wires. The fittings keep leaking, falling apart. I got all this put back together and I was like, this is horrific. This is an absolute nightmare. So I reached out to my friends, my community, and I said, all right, brake gurus, what do you do? So I was told to go with nickel copper lines, all new fittings, do it all myself, little benders, double flaring tools, pipe cutters, brackets, new flare wrenches, the works. I have some more stuff on the way, but for now this is going to get me started along with a Wilwood prop valve. So, and also I got Goodrich stainless lines to go with the extra calipers. So I'm going to kind of start documenting that because I am absolutely sick and tired of dealing with these piece of crap 30-year-old steel lines that are an absolute bane of my existence right now. Between that and brake fluid on everything, I hate doing brakes, but I need to do it right one time. I need to just knock it out, get it over with, and get this right first by deleting all this mess. In order to get me there, I'll show you a little diagram of what I've been thinking about doing, because the way the Honda brake system works is that prop valve connects this wheel and that rear passenger side wheel together, and the rear driver's side wheel to this front right side wheel. So it's kind of an X pattern way it connects, but the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to run a single rear out to a T to the back, with the prop valve being the adjustment, and then this has two outers for the front, so it's two front outs and one rear out. So I'll run the T there, those are inners, and I'll be able to adjust the rear brake bias with that. I'm going to pull all this stuff out. I'm not going to record it all, but I am going to start getting to work on this. All those hard lines are out of there. You know, it looks 1,000 times better having that prop valve out of the way and that absolute nightmare tangle of hard lines. I went ahead and pulled all the lines off these. Got the hard lines off there. I'm going to replace all that rubber line too with the new stainless braided. Here a little better too. This side wasn't too bad, but while I'm refreshing one part, I'm going to refresh the entire system, because that's the whole design intent of this entire car, is to have a nice fresh build the way I want it, and serviceability in mind. Whether or not that works out in practice, we will find out. But here's the mess of tangledness that I pulled out. This is all in the front, and then some of the back lines. I went ahead and cut those off toward the back. I am going to make the T line to the back, so I don't need those dual hard lines running to each caliper in the rear. So with redoing all that, no big deal. First initial little pass is all wrapped up. So what I've got so far is the front and rear, ran to the front and rear here, the inserts, and I did one of the actually front outs to the passenger front, just because then there's a short line and I'm running a little short on time tonight. But that looks like it's gonna do well. I actually just got this zip tied up here because I don't have a long enough 10 mil to mount it right now, but I'll pick up one somewhere. I don't have hardly any scrap bolts left, but this nickel copper line is actually really nice. Like forming it with all my tools, I've got just this handheld double flare little tool here. If you guys are interested, I can go ahead and put the all the information. You can kind of see it there though. Just a little Titan double flare 3/16 little thing. Pretty easy to use. Between that, a little cutoff wheel, makes it all real easy to work. And man, I'm very happy with how this is going. And if you look up here at the wheel well, I went ahead and kind of finished up this side just because I wanted to see what it's going to look like. What you see there, line comes out of there, into the new stainless steel line, and the banjo bolt, the crush washers. That is looking really good. This is a little bit longer than I'd like it to be. I guess I could, zip tie it up out of its way, but I put this thick rubber piece here in case it contacts this tie rod, but we'll see. I'll probably end up having to tuck that up a little bit. I did get one bolt on here just to kind of hold this out of the way. I usually don't run these bolts, but hey, new build, new me. Got a little Christmas present. And Dirty Santa got a projector. It's not just for the garage, but I figure while I'm in the garage, I'm going to use it a little bit. Watching Junkyard Digs. I like these long form videos, and sometimes when I'm working like Junkyard Digs or Vice Grip Garage. Alrighty, so it's been a few weeks since I've shot video for this, but I've just been busy with the holiday season. So I've ran both front lines now. I've got this one over here. I've got this one up kind of where I want to run it. I gave it a little bit extra line. I'm going to actually tuck this under here so it's a little tighter. These are all ran, looking a lot better. Got the new braided stainless steel line up here, and the front is pretty much mocked up the way I want it. So now I need to move on to the rear, which you see comes out here at the bottom of this one. I'm going to run it out. I don't know which path I'm going to take to get back in the car. You know what? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run it through one of these old brake line grommets. I may just take the bottom one out and run it to the top one, just so it's kind of a little more hidden. I'm going to make the line so they go around these original clips. Well, actually, it'll be one line now. Run it here, behind this roll bar, and then right here, somewhere like that. In the middle, put that T there. Put the feet in here, and then run the two out here. Follow that back. Go to that to the driver's side rear, and through this one to the passenger side rear. Those factory grommets they had in there. And I think it's going to look really, really, really good. Really stoked with my routing and how I'm going to have this. All right, I'll kind of take you guys through my process of how I lay this out before I cut it. So this is going to be probably my most complicated piece. So I went ahead and poked it through the grommet here. It actually didn't go through the middle like I wanted to, but it's whatever. It's through, it's through. I'll fix it when I do the final routing. Anyway, I tucked it up here around this little loop here. And if this is incorrect and people are going to yell at me, let me know if that's not going to work. I think it's going to be fine though, because it's going to pressure. It's going to be a hydraulic system, so that should be fine. There's no kinks. It's a nice smooth bend. Maybe a problem for bleeding, but we'll see. I don't think it will be because it's all new lines and stuff. So we'll keep an eye on this. Anyway, enough of that. Right here, I haven't. This is just stuck up in here. I don't haven't done the flare fitting yet. Routed it through here, through the grommet. And now this is my favorite part. Down the firewall here. This. There. You can use all the factory clips, which makes it look even nicer. And it helps me route it here, 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 little 90 here, and up to where my T-fitting is going to be. Right here, which I don't know if I need to put it up here full the flat or not. I think it might. We can manipulate that however we want to. I'll ponder on that before I go ahead and do that fitting. Go ahead and let this loop in here because I'm really glad I got two 25-foot rolls because I was told 125 would fit or work, but that's it. That's all I got left out of this one. This is how I've been routing it and trying to get it kind of mocking it up. And I'll put I've got some clamps here so it'll keep that from rubbing and vibrating. And yeah, no, using the factory little clamps are really, makes me really feel really well about that. And then of course after the T, then I'll run the other one back around the backside of this bracket through those loop holes, through those grommets. So I'll straighten this bracket out so I can actually put this like so. And if you know anything about me, I love nutserts. And I am going to put one right there. Any excuse to use that. I went ahead and drilled out that little tab and just have one of those little push pins in there. So I'll put that through, snap that in, and we'll have a 10mm bolt for that right there.
Well, the brakes don't work very good when they're not boosted, but they work arguably too well when they are boosted.
There's a little bit of lube here. This thing is so handy. You can see it says op 1 there. So just put op 1 in like so. Crank that soldier boy with your favorite crescent wrench. I'm no brake expert, but I'm learning. So there's a little bit of kink there. It's not bad. I'll keep an eye on it, but I don't think that's bad. I think it's just where I tightened down this a little bit too much on it, where it had a little bit of a bend. So I think we're going to be able to get away with it. So with that done, I'll go ahead and finish up the rest of these off the camera, but I just kind of want to show you an insight of how I'm mocking this up and doing. I got to still do the one under the hood too. So we're getting back here to this back passenger side corner, and I just want to pat myself on the back. It's starting to kind of look like a real car back here. We have the swing arms from S1, the new wave track brakes. You got the hub in there, ready for the axle. It's up there. My drive shafts. I don't know if I showed that yet. I got a lot of work to do, a lot of parts. Kind of what I've been meaning to do for a while is just stack up parts and do work, and I'm at the work spot. But the brakes are coming along. I've got the line routed through here. I'll cut this off. I'll put the new stainless steel line in here. We'll grab that here in just a second and show you what that looks like. But now I'm just, I'm getting proud of myself. I got these S1 billet control arms that actually go from the true heart to this. I'll explain that in a future video. I just have them out laying around and they look super sick, so I want to kind of show those off right quick. The rest of my drive shaft stuff, my viscous coupler there. Got a lot of work to do. I just need to go and, do the work. So, snappity, stop. I'm gonna snap this and get this together. I haven't done that in a while, and it's kind of cliche, but see, it still works. All right, so your boy is. I was just bragging on myself about doing a good job and started to come along, and then I did the one thing that everybody talks about when they make brake lines. It's kind of, if you know, you know. I forgot to put the flare fitting on that one. I was getting kind of ahead of myself. Regardless, it's on. The stainless steel line's on. Looks good. All cinched up. Got the brand new banjo bolt. New crush washers on there. Looking pretty good. One quick note, it's kind of the elephant in the room for me, is there's still the old calipers. These are the original ones that are on here. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and try to run them for now. And if they are giving me any issues, I'll replace all four corners. But for right now, I'm just going to run the stock caliper that was on here. Kind of unknown condition. I know they worked a little bit, but I don't know how well, or if the piston's seized up or they need to be rebuilt. If they need to be rebuilt, I can do that too. Don't really want to, so I'm going to try to run it like this and just see how it goes. So anyway, this side's done. One more side to go, and then I'm going to be all done here. Went ahead and bled the other three sides. It's the last side to do. Oh, it's hard to do this one-handed. See the bubbles coming up? There's the juice flowing. Hell yeah, brother. It'd feel really good to have this giant thing checked off and working well. Just a touch more fluid. This is the test, obviously. Spin for the brake. There's the brake. Can't spin it. No spin. And spin. Oh, that's about as best proof of concept I can do right now. Because dinner is ready, waiting on me. And I'll come back and clean up my mess. But it's done. New lines, I did it all myself, front to back. The real test will be obviously starting it up, make sure it stops. But man, I feel like that's a pretty good proof of concept. I'll do a full leak check. You can see how the lines look there. I got to put on my bracketry here, but I kind of want to make sure I wasn't leaking. Which all looks really good still. Replaced all my stainless lines with the nickel copper. Looks good there. This is the only one I wasn't really super excited about. As long as it isn't leaking, that's all I care about. I'm going to run this one a little bit lower in here. To the body. I can bend that all the way. That turned out really well though. I'll tuck that in a little closer. Finish up all my mounting hardware and we'll call that done, son. Alright, the rallycross season is about to kick off soon. So I've got a lot of work to do. I want this done by springtime, on the dirt, doing its thing. And really, the brakes were the huge milestone that I need to knock out first. So with that being said, done for the day, done with this. Love you guys. See you soon. More FREERX stuff coming real soon. I gotta tear that thing apart next. That's actually the next project, is just tear all the stuff off the need and the whole front end off of that. Put it on here. So, see you soon.